Hello ladies and gentlemen, Civil Green here and welcome to our video. So in today's video we're going to take a look at a few fights from Soul Raids, and at the same time we're going to take a look at how Last of Joker can perform without EPI yet again. And we're going to start off with a fight against Black Adam. I'm going to use Raven here, Robert Gabriel Chiriac and EPI. This is kind of the best team here to deal the highest amount of damage possible, even though the stun duration on Black Adam is not the best thing in the world, because for some reason he's got reduced stun duration on him. I think it's him, Batman Ninja Robin, and maybe a few more characters. We messed up there, almost lost our Harley. But yeah, stuns on him for some reason last half of the amount, so that's gonna severely impact our damage, but still this is gonna be the best thing to use. We're going to have a level 6 Sword of Salvation on Harley Quinn, and we're going to have a level 3 Sword of Sin on Raven, and a level 1 Staff of Trigon on EPI. Hopefully he never reaches super move, because I have no characters capable of tanking that, and because of the Sword of Salvation on Robert Gabriel Chiriac, we're going to be able to pretty much keep him for the most part at 0 power, so even if we mess something up, he's gonna be able to only use one attack for the most part. I mean just basic attacks, no specials. Special 2 in there, start the combo, and yeah, while he's stunned we deal massive amounts of damage, but as soon as that stun expires, our damage is gonna be far lower, but still a pretty high amount still, even when he's not stunned, and we're preparing to stun him. And over here I'm not having the most optimal gameplay. I'm not used to play this fight with this duration of stuns, because I can go for 2 stuns without tagging Harley Quinn out. Over here I'm gonna do that again. I should have done that from the start of the fight, but I didn't do it every single time, so that heavily impacted our damage potential. Again, blocking and tagging Harley in. Re-engage the combo. Another special 2 in there. There we go. Raven back in to reset the combo. Over here he decided to block. He just decided to block. The special one didn't want to go, even though I did the combo normally, as I would normally do it. He just decided to block. Nah, I don't feel like, I just don't feel like taking the special. I'ma block it. If you're gonna be mad about it, be mad. I don't care. I'ma block it. That's what went through Black Adam's brain there. And because of that thing, we're not gonna be able to one-shot this yet. We would have been able to easily one-shot, because even in this unoptimal scenario where we lost the stacks, we had to sit a little bit to get them to a higher amount, and we're going to use Robert Gabriel Chiriac over here on only 4 stacks. Even at this point, he's barely left with any health. He barely has any health left, so we could have easily one-shot him if not for him decided to just block the special one of Raven. He just didn't feel like it, but yeah, there we go, 1.7 million damage. Now we're going to use Gunplant Sacrament here with Classic Superman to reduce the defense. And a lot of you are going to be using the King team here, and I have an advice for you: don't use Classic Superman. He has a ton of defense, and you should in theory reduce his defense, but this is the account with the high level Advent of Chaos artifacts. I have yet again the same artifact that were in the previous team with the Sword of Salvation on Gunplant Sacrament, and that kind of allows me to have a lot of health from the artifacts. But on the other account, where I don't have a lot of Chaos artifacts and I'm mainly using Gallblades on King, I'm not able to do this, because every single time I try to use Classic Superman, we die too early and don't manage to do that successfully. So yeah, don't use Classic Superman unless he's very tanky or you have some very high level Advent of Chaos artifacts. Dr. Fate back in. We have Firebox on Dr. Fate. I mean, we're missing quite a bit because of the Firebox on Dr. Fate, but I wanted to have an infinite combo as a backup here. But looking back on how this fight went, we could have gone without the Firebox, but if we did so, we would have put a level 1 Staff of Trigon on that, so just 3,000 more tack, and honestly it wouldn't have been that much of a difference, but it would have definitely mattered. Another special 3 in there. We also have Super Move available, but I went ahead and did that. I wanted to say that I wanted to do that on a higher combo, but it seems like I'm smarter when watching my pips in the retrospective than when actually doing them. That's a little bit sad if you think about it, but that's fine. Re-engage the combo there. Dr. Fate back in, backing off, re-engage the combo. King Flank Succulent back in, special tree in there, re-engage the combo. Into another one. We're getting close to that sweet spot of the last minute with Sword of Salvation where pretty much the power generation pretty much allows us to spam special trees after every single special tree. I said pretty much 2 times in a row, one after the other. I don't know what's wrong with me. But yeah, there we go, special tree in there. Re-engage the combo, do a long combo. Allow those swipe rise to sink in and that power to generate. And we're pretty dependent on power stealing on this first swipe anyway. Because if we power steal on the second swipe, that's not gonna matter that much, because you can't risk gambling on the prediction that you're going to power drain if you don't have enough power before using the last swipe to transition into a special tree. Another one, yeah, usually use Red Hood here with this team, but Classic Supreme was obviously the better choice here because of the high defense that we need to reuse. But again, if you don't have high level TS artifacts, don't bother with Classic Supreme, it will just make you lose more fight. Or maybe up down. If you're able to pull that off with no Chaos artifacts, and maybe you have a tanky Classic Supreme, go for it, my dudes. But yeah, sadly it was not that close to cleaning him up. But it's okay, Server Banshee should do the job here. This is gonna be pretty much Bell for survival. We're going to have All Blades on Server Banshee, and we're going to have the Sword of Salvation on Reverse Flash. And of course the Sword of Sin on Power Girl for the passive stats. The passive attack that's pleased to the entire team. Special tree in there, Reverse Flash back in. And yeah, we don't have much room for mess-ups here, because one special is pretty much all it takes to crumble my Reverse Flash, because honestly he doesn't have the best build. He doesn't really have the best build, if you think about it. And as we can see there, one special was enough to pretty much put him on his deathbed, so we gotta be careful here. Like, I 100% guarantee you, we have 2 times the damage to clean this dude up, even with this unoptimal fight that we're fighting. But the problem is, will we survive? I switched on to using Power Girl actually for the Taggins, because she's got a little bit of health compared to Reverse Flash. There's in there, and boy, the crits are not helping. Okay, she gets hit with a special, she gets killed off, and over here I'm like, oh no, I'll have to use another pip. There's string there, Reverse Flash in, backing off, blocking that, re-engage the combo, Server Banshee back in, come on, please crit, please crit. That was not a crit, that was illegal. Bad rip, Reverse Flash back in, Server Banshee in. Come on, die! He didn't die, we crit though. Over here, again blocking with the Reverse Flash. He doesn't have much health, neither does Server Banshee. Come on, die! No, no, it was not a crit. Backing off, blocking that. Come on, this has to be it. This special tree has to be the killing blow. No! Okay, over here we're going to back off a lot and avoid all of his basic attacks, and thankfully we didn't have enough energy. And on pretty much the last special tree we were gonna do anyway, because we were gonna die, we managed to clean him up. Not the closest fight, not the closest, I mean, not the easiest fight, not the safest one. It was close, definitely. Now getting to another pip, I mean, I have literally, I had Black Adam dead. And the air fight's not even started. Usually I use this team for cleanups. Over here we didn't need a cleanup. And we're going to use less of Joker, plus Red Hoods, plus Warrior Queen Wonder Woman. So this is not necessarily the absolute best team you can make for less of Joker without EPI, but it's a team that tries to exist without subtracting characters from important teams. I mean, I could make a far better team for less of Joker, but if that means giving up on powerful teams in order to do this, that's really not working. That's the wrong thing to do. So we have over here Red Hood to extend the duration of the fight, and Warrior Queen Wonder Woman to spam that warrior after Red Hood dies and provide one more body to the fight. And yeah, usually use Red Hood with Camouflage Aquaman, or maybe the Multiverse team if you're using that. And there were choices to switch in between, like we could use, for example, Silver Bane and Red Hood. But yeah, this team is really not viable in Advent of Chaos and the Rise of Krypton. With high level artifacts, if you're not on a high heroic or a high tier where bosses do a lot of damage. Because mainly the problem with this team is that the thing that it relies on the other 2 characters dying. And they just don't die. They don't easily die. They are gonna have a hard time diving even without gears, because they get that split health. It goes to the entire team. And they're gonna have a huge problem dying. This gonna go very well in Dawn of Apocalypse, because there you don't care, you don't split the stats. Yeah, it's not the meta team, it's not an optimal team, it's not something that I recommend, but hey, if you got no other options, Last Half Joker is there to help you, and you most likely have him built already. Still need to build a 6th team here. I mean, I have the multiverse team now on this account as well, but I'm kind of too lazy to build them, and at the same time, they don't bring that much to the table for me to be that excited towards building them. Like, don't get me wrong, you should build your multiverse team eventually, but that's the multiverse team is mainly built for D grades, and for D grades I have my multiverse team on the air account that does that fight. So I don't know, I'll build them eventually. So far there's no motivation, so I'll have to stick with this Last of Joker. Again, the artifacts are the same as in the previous fights. Level 6 Sword of Salvation on Last Half Joker, level 1 Staff of Trigon on Wonder Woman, and level 3 Sword of Sin on Red Hood. Sword of Sin on Red Hood is actually a mistake, because that applied the burning effect and the power draining effect, and that prolonged Red Hood's life, because I don't think it applies it on Superman as well. But yeah, the more you know, guys. So we're pretty much locking this dude into a spam of special 2s. Sometimes we do 2 combos before special 2, sometimes we do 1 combo before special 2. And so if you don't have Sword of Salvation, you'll not be able to do it as often, and you might get damaged. You might get damaged and die, because you're not gonna constantly power drain. That's a thing to keep in mind if you wanna use this team. If you don't have the tools that I have at my disposal, you might have a little bit of a different experience. But yeah, all that being said, thanks so much for watching. Please do like, comment, subscribe, and share if you enjoyed the video. Dislike if you dislike it, maybe hit that bell button. And all that being said, this was some pretty decent damage actually. Not very high damage, but decent. Bye!